Hello again, and welcome back. I'm your host, Johnny D, and this is American Saga. We last left our little train hopping buddies when they decided to stay here in the little hills of the Catskills. Let's see what happens next.
18. And 18-year-old, like, first time it happened, I was 18. Because it happened more than once, because I like to say I learned my lesson, but I didn't. So, the first time it happened, I was fucking 18. And it's like, fuck, 2, maybe 3 in the morning.
They just let you out?
They just let you out, and they're like, get the fuck out. They're like, there's a homeless shelter down, way or whatever. No, they didn't give you like a bus token to get to the homeless shelter. But the bus won't let you on because you're not wearing a shirt. So, I had to walk. I had to walk all the way down to this homeless shelter. Turns out, all the beds are full. So what do? They give me a shirt and they give me socks, but there's no shoes there that'll fit me. So, now I'm just walking around in socks in Seattle with a shirt and nothing else, trying to find a bush or something.
Is it raining?
Oh, no. I mean...
Is it cloudy?
It was cloudy and it was damp. It was not raining, it was a pouring rain, huh?
Were there vampires?
I don't know. Kirkle Bay looks everywhere. But of course, I didn't know what the fuck to do besides, I'm going to go sit outside of a bar and make drunk people feel bad for me and hopefully one of them will house me up. And really, what I was thinking was like, I'm going to sit outside of a bar and hopefully someone will give me a drink. And then, maybe I'll hit on some ladies, tell them my sad story, I'm young, and then I don't know whose blood this is. I didn't realize either at the time how bad I looked until I got to the homeless shelter, and I had fucking dried blood all over me, and fucking 2 black eyes, and a lump on my head, fucking just bruises everywhere as far as you can see. Somebody beat the fuck out of me. I still don't know.
Yeah, you still
don't know. I have no clue. And everybody in Chicago that I was hanging out with were like, when I talked to them later on, they're like, dude, what happened? Where did you go? And I was like, I woke up in jail in Seattle. That's crazy. And they're like,
it's a long way.
Whoa. They're like, that's 3,000 miles from where we were, And I'm like, is that crazy? And it's funny because it's like, even at that time, I wasn't like, man, I need to quit drinking. I need to quit getting fucked up. At 18, I was not a rock bottom for me. That was not a thing where I was
Why would you? You don't have anything.
There's
nothing to tell you to stop.
There's no adult saying, hey, man.
There's no reason to stop.
Yeah, I was like, man, I need to fucking drink this. I need to figure out what's going on. First, I need a shirt and some shoes. But, if I don't get that, at least I can get a drink. But that, but like I said, I ended up working out. I found a bar, and it was Seattle, and I ended up meeting people and talking to people. And a lot of the reason I think I've always been okay is because I was never scared to talk to people. I was never scared to be honest with people. A lot of things, it's like, yeah, I hustle people. A lot of times, with the patchwork and the costume and all that stuff. There were times when I would hustle that and I would play it up more. But at the core of it, I was really honest with people. When people would be like, well, if I give you this money, you gonna spend it on alcohol and drugs? I'm like, yeah, dude, what?
At least you're honest.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna spend it on alcohol and drugs. Fucking homeless for a reason, dude. What the fuck do you think? But I also, though, if consequently they're like, do not spend this money on alcohol, go get yourself something to eat. I would. I'd go get myself something to eat. I'd be like, alright, you know what? That's the least I can. Because they would watch my ass too. They'd be like, they'd give me this $5 and they'd see me go to McDonald's. Granted, I'd get the cheapest thing on the menu and buy alcohol with the change.
With the rest.
Still, yeah. Still, I did get food though. I was not lying. Yeah.
So so that's about 10 years, 9 years of this?
Not 10 years. No, almost 11, really, yeah.
So after all that, what brings you to New York?
Ooh. What brought me to this area in particular was, me and Missy were hitchhiking down from, so we just got near 2 cats, in New Hampshire. And cats, they make a lot of money. They were cats.
You've evolved now, people.
Oh.
Hobo's traveling hobos are like Pokemon, you know?
Oh, man.
He was a baby,
Oh,
but now we fast forward.
Fast forward,
8
we'll
years,
say
10 years,
yeah,
and he's evolved. He's evolved Hobo, who has a
fast forward from
girlfriend
14
and
to
cats now.
Yeah, well, and you know what? By the time I met you guys, we'll back it up a little bit. It's
before you make it to New York.
Oh, before. Even.
Well, I mean.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, 14, 16, watching the scene evolve, riding trains by myself, and starting to hitchhike, and eventually, I'm hitchhiking, and I do one of my first times hitchhiking, any real length, was the California coast, was the 101. It's great. Oh my God, I love that highway. That was if I ever fell in love with a highway, it was the 101.
The coast, the coastal highway. You can't beat it.
Oh my God.
I'm an East Coast guy, but I tell anyone who's never been
to the West Coast. Oh my God. Anybody.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
I will tell anybody, even to this day, if you ever have the opportunity, hitchhike from Southern California to fucking Astoria, Portland, or Astoria, Oregon, if you can, on the 101. That whole coast, all the way up, go through the redwoods. Take your time. Bang all the yoga slutty moms and all the fucking old slutty hippie women on acid. Fuck all of them. Use condoms, of course. But they're so old you don't even need birth control. Shit. But I mean, I don't know how many kids I know about. That's the way I like it. No, but so there's my first hitchhiking adventure up that coast was amazing. I was fucking every day. And as a young guy that's always trying to get laid, I've never found it so easy in my life to get laid as being a fucking dirty hitchhiking, train riding. Like, oh my God, women on that coast are whores, and they just will fuck. And they're freaks. I fucked chicks in the ass. I've done things on that coast to women that are probably illegal in so many states across the country, all right? And in places that are definitely illegal, and in positions that I never even knew existed before I did it with them. I once banged a chick next to the fucking on-ramp to the 101, and it's like Encinitas or some small town outside like San Diego or whatever. In the bushes, this yoga lady, was standing. I fucked her doggy style just before I went to go hitchhike. And I think that brought me good luck. Because as soon as I bust a nut, and I fucking, I'm like, alright, I gotta get on this highway, I gotta put my thumb out, I gotta get out of here. Because she was hot, she was a hot lady, and I was like, I bust my nut, I'm like, I gotta get out of here, whatever. She's still in the bushes, like, cleaning her stuff up, or I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but I stick my thumb out, not even fucking 5 minutes later. She's still in the bushes or whatever. I get a ride. I'm like, gorgeous woman. This woman was hotter than the last one. And if you'd only have fucked her, well, you're wrong. Because I fucked that bitch. Every woman, and you could just tell that they were just like, oh, you're so interesting. You're from the Midwest, and this and that, and you skate, and I'm like, yeah. I was trying to be cool, but you know what? I don't even think they thought I was cool. They're just like, this young kid's got a big old dick, he's gonna fuck with it. So I think that's what they were mostly like, look at this guy. We haven't seen him out here before. And what I didn't realize at the time was, because I thought I was like this, like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, I'm fucking these sluts, whatever. I thought I was like King Dick. Well, then it turns out, like, that I make it up to, like, Arcata. And in Arcata, it's like, at that time, there was, like, dudes that have been doing what I've done, and then they were like, oh, did you fuck these chicks? And I'm like, oh my God, I fuck. God damn it, I'm not the only one. I thought I was, like, the one that's, like, I'm slaying all these sluts or whatever. And they're like, no, dude, we do too. All of us. We're all here in Arcata. We all fucking a slew of women on the way here. Yeah. I'm like, shit. Yeah, and then they just started like, I should have wore a condom more. Damn it. But no, and it's like, what's great about that whole highway is that not only is it gorgeous, and the weed is really good, and the acid is really good, and the alcohol, everything is so good. The mushrooms, everything is so good out there, and it's so peaceful and so wonderful. But then it's like the icing on the cake is you fuck whatever you want. It's so you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for sex out there. You just have to be a fucking dirty train riding, hitchhiking motherfucker young enough at the point. You know, it's like that's the only place I ever felt safe hitchhiking without a shirt on. You know.
So back to New York.
Oh yeah, so you know, but yeah, it was a bunch of years later. After a lot of traveling, hitchhiking, and yada yada. You know, perfecting all the stuff. You know, and I've taken a few people out on the road. And let's see, yeah, before New York, I had met. I was dating Aspen, who changed the game for me with hitchhiking and whatever. I dated her on and off for some years, and then let's see, I broke up with her, and then I ended up somehow back in San Francisco, back on the Haight Street, Haight-Ashbury. Anybody that's ever been to San Francisco, any of us street kids, any train riders, hitchhikers, whatever, that have hung out in San Francisco, we all call it the Haight, because it's like, the fucking Haight, they ain't that hippie love shit. That hasn't been there since the 70s. It's the fucking Haight. People shit on that street. Stuff, right? People take dumps on the Haight. I've seen it. People fucking drop their pants, shit in the middle of the fucking sidewalk on the Haight, because it's the fucking Haight. And I'll be like, welcome to the Haight, bitch. Shit on my sidewalk. Fuck you. That's Haight Street. Like, that's the best way I can describe a Haight Street. And I hope Jerry Garcia, because he's a stupid, fucking, terrible musician, I hope he's looking at that like, God, that's a shame. Like, yeah, well, so is you. But, you know, fuck him. But, yeah, the Grateful Dead thing, I think it's really funny. But, you know, no, they had great art, but I just couldn't stand that music. But yeah, so it's funny. So I met Aspen, my ex-girlfriend, before the girlfriend I ended up in New York with. I met her in the same place. I met her on the Haight. And then I met Missy, the girl I dated after that, on the Haight and Golden Gate Park. You know, apparently I was, you know, but Missy was on acid when I first met her. And that was the first time ever. She just graduated high school. And everybody was trying to fuck her. Everybody was trying to fuck Missy. So I knew the only way I could fuck Missy was if I didn't try to fuck her. You know? So I didn't try to fuck her right away. That was the thing. I was like, everybody in the park was like, and I had friends that were like, yo, dude, I heard about her before I even saw her. Because, you know, time before cell phones and whatnot, we were just like, talk amongst each other, you know? And it's a smaller community out there, or was at the time. And, well, not a small community. The groups that we all hung out in were, well, all the groups, we all communicated with each other. And sometimes we'd have, like, big park parties, all of us, you know, barbecues and shit like that. But, yeah, no, I met Missy on the Hay, and then, like, we ended up going up to Portland, and then her parents, somebody freaked out or whatever, and got us a bus ticket, both a bus ticket back to Connecticut. And where I think it was like her dad or somebody. But it was funny is they didn't know at the time we had this cat. We just got a cat. Missy loved cats. I didn't really give a fuck. I just like, you know what? I got a lady. I'm gonna get a cat. 2 meal tickets. This is great. I don't have shit.
2 cats, right?
No, the first cat we had, Trax, was we named it Trax. It was just a younger cat, and it was just like, you know, it's a black cat. Oh, what's funny, yeah, because all 3 of the cats I had with Missy were black. Yeah, we got the cat. We didn't tell her parents about this, you know, bus ticket thing or whatever. But you know, we stuck the cat on the bus, and of course we got kicked off the bus because you know, I have a cat, whatever. But then somehow along the way, somebody in Missy's family faked some sort of psychiatrist thing, saying it's a therapy animal, she needed it, whatever, and they couldn't question her about this and that. And so yeah, we ended up getting a free fucking bus ticket all the way from Portland all the way out to Connecticut, and it was pretty cool. I mean, had a lot of good sex on the bus. With Missy, yeah. And but then, so that was Connecticut. But then, immediately I made a bad impression on her dad before we left the bus station, and because I was drunk. I don't really even remember honestly meeting him. I don't remember really seeing him or meeting him the first time, anyways. Because I was passed out drunk on the bench waiting for him to come pick me and Missy up, and from the bus station, Connecticut. And immediately, I think when he saw me, he was like, I come back to my house, now my daughter. Blah, blah, blah. So he bought me a bus ticket back to Michigan. And I was like, all right, cool, And I was like, I thought that was the end of me and Missy, And, but then she kept in touch. I was in Michigan, and I was like, I want to ride trains back out west. I never wanted to stay in Michigan. Just there, see my mom, took care of her a little bit, whatever, did that stuff. Because at the time, my mom was dying, Hep C, like cancer and all the stuff going on there. And then, but yeah, so I met Missy and the hate. We go up the coast, we travel a little bit, and then I thought me and Missy were over when her dad bought me a bus ticket back to Michigan. But then, while I was in Michigan, we were keeping in contact, and she was like, well, I'm going back up to Vermont, and then you want to come out to Vermont, and we can stay with my friends and my family and whatever. And I didn't know that she meant, well, we're going to be living in a tent. Railroad tracks. I didn't know that's what she meant at that time about that, But she ended up buying me a bus ticket, or her family ended up buying me a bus ticket to be with her in Vermont. And then...
You're just enjoying the free bus tickets.
Yeah, I was like, this is cool, man. Free bus tickets. And I keep getting laid. This is great.
Right.
And I didn't have to pay for shit. I didn't have to work. I didn't have to hustle. I didn't have to do anything. This was pretty great. And then, for some months, we lived in a tent next to the railroad tracks, and I had banged a couple of Missy's friends behind her back, and she started to figure that out. And I was like, get out of Vermont. I'm getting tired of this. But she found out later.
When she tried to kill you?
This is later. After, yeah. So me and Missy, yeah, we ended up, from Vermont or whatever, that time, we ended up, going back, we went back out west or whatever, but then we went back after we were out west for a while. We went back to Michigan to see my mom and stuff, and then, but while we were out west after the whole thing, with Kirk Dad, and I was in Michigan, and I thought it was over, and then, get the bus ticket out, and then we end up going from Vermont, and we go out to like San Diego or whatever, and stop in New Mexico and all these places on the way. But then after that trip, we went from like Southern California all the way up. I took her all the way up the coast. And it was awkward because it's like, wow, we were banging one woman along the coast all the way up to, I think it was like Seattle or whatever. And, but I took Missy around. I took her on trains, I took her hitchhiking, I gave her the whole, like, traveling experience, whatever. She was crazy the whole time. We were getting fights. She, tried to kill me a few times. I told you, she woke up my knife to my throat, yada, yada. But then one of the last times we were in Vermont and we were heading down from Vermont, we were like, well, we're just going to hitchhike because the weather was crazy, raining and shitty. We had 2 cats this time, and we didn't want to get on a train with them, and that was causing a lot of fights between me and Missy. I should have left her, but so yeah, like when me and Missy were together, it was a lot of back and forth across the country. It was a lot of like ride trains going from California to Michigan, Michigan Vermont, Connecticut. There's a lot of that, and a lot of going in and out of the East Coast. And so, and keep in mind though, like, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of this shit. We were just like still mapping atlas, compassing it up. And yeah, Missy was crazy. She was crazy junkie, crazy alcoholic. You know, pulled my own knife on me. Thought about killing me in my sleeve. She chased me down the beach with a smiley chain. You know, crazy time. But yeah, like the last time we were in Vermont, we were headed down and we were hitchhiking. After a few rides, we got a ride to Oneonta, and then while we were flying inside of Hannaford, Kaylin picked us up. Well, Kaylin stops, and we see Kaylin. And what's funny is, me and Missy, when we see Kaylin, he stops in the parking lot parks, and me and Missy were just like, fuck you, swearing at each other like, we're only fucking sweating out here, we're doing this shit, it's your fucking fault, my fault, it's her fault, we're fighting. But then as Kaylin gets out of the car and he approaches us, be fucking behave. You need to fucking lock it up. But, no, shut the fuck up, you know, we gotta behave, this guy's gonna give us money, and maybe he'll give us a ride the fuck out of here. But then as, like, he was walking up, I could see, like, oh shit, got a lady in a car and a dog. Right, but we'll give us some money, we'll get a hotel, we'll at least be able to shower. We hadn't had a decent shower in a few months, whatever. And then Caitlin legitimately tries to get us a hotel, but they're all booked for some reason. Calls all the places, but they're all booked. And he was Caitlin gave us fucking money, whatever. And it's so funny because he didn't know at the time, like just before he walked up, like just before he got into the shot with us. Me and Missy were about to be done with each other, and that was it. We were about to break up right there and walk our separate ways, and then Kaylin didn't, try to get us a hotel room and then invite us back to his place, his wife and his kid. Kaylin kind of, like, was weird because, like, he didn't explain to us how far off the interstate we were really going. He was just like, oh, it's not that far. He showed us on the map, and from Oneonta to Hamden, it doesn't look that far off the map. We were like, oh, yeah, that only looks like about 20 miles. That's not bad. We can always find a ride 20 miles from Hamden to interstate. Like, no big deal. It's actually 30 miles. You know what I mean? We didn't realize, yes, like, okay. We didn't realize, like, but man, when we were coming out here for the first time, I remember sitting with Missy and Lexi. I was like, this is where people get raped. Okay? This is the kind of country when fucking Deliverance and Burt Reynolds is not going to come and save us with a crossbow. You're not going to get raped. I'm going to get raped. This fucking dude, and I forgot his name already. We didn't know Caleb's name for like the first night until like the next day. We thought it was like Mark or Kyle, or we didn't know what the fuck his name was. But, because, well, the thing was, like, obviously we were like drinking, and then we got back to his place, introduced us to the farm, and life happens, You meet some crazy people. But, yeah, so it's like, that's how we ended up out here was, because Kaylin, because we were like, well, with the promise of a hot shower, and he was going to feed us, like, home-cooked meal. We're like, oh, this is cool. And, he'd already given us money, and he, like, let us use a phone. Cell phone. When he had a cell phone, it was a weird cell phone. It was like a big phone. It's a cell phone? When you look at his cell phone compared to our cell phones now, like, man, that's fucking crazy. Even back then, that wasn't even that long ago. That was like 10 years ago. And like even 10 years ago, cell phones were like, whoa. That's crazy.
Jump.
Yeah. And, but yeah, like, so he like he's like, oh, you can call your parents and yada yada. But yeah, it was cool though. And I was really glad that, in the end, I was glad that, he took us out. We were really scared. Like, I didn't really get scared that much, but when I was with Missy, and the further we kept coming out in the country, I was starting to be like,
you're gonna eat us.
Yeah, like, something's gonna happen. I'm gonna get raped. This is where guys get raped.
So, you hang out with Kaylin, you start working with them, they hooked up with the shack?
Oh, yeah, well, because the original deal with Kaylin and me and Missy was, Kaylin was like, once we got back to his house, the original deal was, yeah, you guys want to shower up and if you guys a home cooked meal and work on the farm, the next day, or but then of course he's like, you spend a day working on the farm, we'll pay you good money, work on the farm one day and take you back to the next day. But then, while of course we were drinking that night, and we didn't know Kalen's name. That night we were drinking, and he was like, well, somehow he talked us into being like, well, how about 5 days? You guys work here 5 days, we'll pay you good money, and I'll take you back to Eliana, and at least you'll have some money, and you guys have hundreds of dollars in your pocket, and you guys get further down the road, And we're like, oh, all right, that's cool. But then in the course of the week, we really ended up being like, oh, these guys are really nice. They're really cool. We liked it. We liked the farm, and, the girls, and everyone was really nice. There were some weird things, but we didn't know everybody out here is so country. Like, this is cool. And me and Missy both are like, yeah, this is country shit. This is what we watch on TV. This is cool. These are some country. We're going to meet somebody named Cletus. There's going to be a slack-jawed yokel. We're going to hear some banjo playing. This is going to be great. But we really fell in love with, this whole country farmer, hee-haw, episode. We really liked it. It was really a novelty to us. And this is cool. I hadn't really experienced quite so country. I lived in a country, my sister and stuff, but Michigan country is different. It's different out there, and you're not as far from a city out there as you are here. And I liked it. I thought it was entertaining as all hell. Watching shit if I've ever seen it. All right, this is like a Jerry Springer episode in front of my face. Hell yeah. But I didn't have TV. I didn't have a TV or radio to listen to, so that was really entertaining. And I was like, this is great. Where's the moonshine? Like, praise the Lord, pass the ammunition. That's what I was into it for, But they were really cool. But then, after the week, it was the end of the week, and Kale was like, all right, so you guys don't we were like, yeah. Seems like we'd stay longer, we were just like, would you be like, oh, we don't want to impose or whatever. And he's like, I was going to ask you guys if you guys wanted to stay longer, because there's a shack across the road, for rent, I'll pay you rent for you. And we're like, no, we're working. We got all this money. Why not? We'll pay for it. It's only $300. $300. And all we had was backpacks. And then it was so funny because the landlord, Rick, at the time, he was a crazy old drunk. But when Caleb told him we were moving in and we met him, we're like, yeah, we're moving in. We're moving right now? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right. So, and he was like, so we went and got our backpacks and moved in. And then Richard was like, or not Richard, Rick was like, Rick the landlord was like, that's it? So you guys' stuff? You got 2 cats, 2 backpacks, stuff? I'm like, yeah, that's it. And he was like, you can tell he didn't know what the fuck to think of us then. And I was like, what's going on? All right. And this was Missy who had behaved herself. So nobody knew how crazy Missy were. Not yet. Then the crazy after we got comfortable started hanging out. And then the Missy's crazy came out. And, all right. But we're two city people, train riding, hitchhiking, people, drug addicts, alcoholics, in a small town now. And we were like, oh, shit. Is our life now? I think we were trying to be farmers, but we didn't really know.
You guys move into the chicken coop. You got crazy Missy, right?
Missy, a.k.a. Piss Rag.
Piss Rag.
That was her road name for a long time.
Nice.
I came up with that because I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
It was good, though, because Missy, we were shit-faced, black, and, well, I don't know about black. Getting pretty close to being blacked out drunk. We were in, I think somewhere in Illinois or Indiana at some punk house, and she was like, I need a nickname. And
you don't ask for a nickname.
Yeah. And then, but she was like laying on the ground, and I was like standing up. So I pissed on her, like all over her rag. And I was like, you're a fucking piss rag now. And she was like, yeah, baby. And then we had sex. The longest story was, while she was covered in my own piss, we ended up having sex. That was like that's how she got piss rag. Because I pissed on her and called it a piss rag. And then we had sex.
Very creative.
Then we had sex in my own piss. On the floor in some people's house. I don't remember who they were. But, what are you going to do? Punk rock, yeah.
So, but when we moved in, Missy she was already gone. She was visiting someone. So we didn't
well, we had broken up, kind of.
Yeah,
Kind of, yeah, we broke up, kind of.
She was visiting her mom or something? Or
she went home for the holidays. Remember, she went home for, Christmas. Well, originally she went home for Christmas and New Year's.
Right. So, and then New Year's is when I found you in the snow. And then
I don't know, yeah.
Or before New Year's, and then we because we were having that party. It must not have been, I was going out to piss, and you were out there, and I was like, what's up? And you were half out of it. And I think that was the first time.
More than half out of it, yeah. It's like...
And... Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Come over. We're having some beers, and then I think after that you came over for the New Year's party when Jack Stowe and all those guys. That's when you met all my friends. Margiata, Becca was there in these pictures. The pictures
the ones that are around, yeah.
These pictures,
Oh, I love that, man. My hair looks so good.
What hair? There's no hair in those pictures.
I'm bald in this one, yeah.
This night is like right after.
This is the blue hair one.
This is like a couple of weeks after we met you, because I met you in the back, and I was like, "Oh man, come over. You live in my backyard." And then this was the New Year's party. I mean, all of us are grabbing at each other's crotch. There's like six people, and like five of us are grabbing at each other's crotch in this picture.
I think Laura's the only girl in this
Laura's
picture.
not even in this picture.
She's not even in that one.
No, it's Zano, it's Jack Stowe, Drew, you, Margiata, and me.
Yes, good times.
Fucking great time. This is
back
like a disposable camera.
Dandelion wine days too, though. Like, some of that was probably dandelion wine.
Oh yeah,
that was in there.
This one I like just because you got the. This is one of my favorite me and Jack Stowe pictures.
I thought of myself as somebody that was gonna stay. When you do that stuff, when you are sober, you take that time, you're exercising, you're doing that stuff, you realize the kind of person you are. With the soul searching stuff, I feel like everybody has that. And there are some people like Big Scott, like he did soul searching, he realized I'm such an extremist that I can't. There is no not extreme for me. I understand that. I get it.
Yeah.
I get. There are some people out there, their brains are hardwired to be extreme, one way or the other.
Anything they do, work, play, drink. I mean,
like Big Scott.
Emotions, man.
He's the kind of guy. He wouldn't be like, if you were like, all right, build me a house. And he's like, okay, he would go totally gung ho about it. But if, say, right in the middle of him building a house for you, you're like, fuck out of here. That would break him. He would feel like, oh, fuck. It would really tear him apart because he's so extreme that he would build you the house. You know what I mean? That kind of extreme. You know what I mean? Like he would, and he gets attached, and he's got those emotions, and he's got that. He wraps himself up in that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But there are people that are like that, and that's fine. They're great people. But he's an asset to those rooms.
Absolutely, because he's one of those guys that is going to go there, but he doesn't. He goes for helping the other people at this point.
Real,
yeah.
Dude, that motherfucker, you'll never meet a more real person in a room.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in a ton of these rooms with my mom, with me. Whew, I'll tell you, there's a lot of people there, but there's only ever a few that are real.
Right.
Real hard. And when Big Scott, when he says, oh, I used to call this motherfucking bitch a motherfucking bitch, and like, he's not kidding. Like, and he's serious, and he'll tell you. Oh, like if he tells you, well, I would drink a 30 rack and then buy a couple of half gallons of vodka. I would drink all that at night, and then I would wake up a couple of days later, I would know, and I'm like, yeah, but he was not kidding. He was not kidding, though.
No.
You could tell by how real he is being that he's almost like hesitant to say, oh, should I say, fuck it, what I say. Because that's how real it is. But people need in rooms like that. You need people.
But I mean, I think that goes back to what we were talking about back at the beginning of this whole conversation about there's no reason to sugarcoat what we as 30, 35-year-olds did 20, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't see why I can't advocate for everybody to at least try psychedelic drugs once. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's an evil thing. I think that's something, I should be able to say that. You know what I mean? I'm not out there dosing people. I'm not out there freaking doing it myself. But I think that everybody should try that. And did I? Absolutely. And I'll preach that all the time because that's one of my stronger, my stronger views on drugs. But. Why not be able to share that knowledge with people? And it doesn't even have to be drugs, life knowledge, any kind of stuff like that. It might be bad, but if you could learn from it, why not share that knowledge? That's why we do these things. That's why we tell stories. That's why stories are so intriguing. Would any stories not be interesting if we left out all the good stuff? So. Does Missy come back first, or does Aspen come back?
Oh, Missy came back.
All right, so but she was gone for a couple months, though, right? Before, all winter almost?
From December
almost
to,
spring.
February.
All right.
Well, because...
because those months you hung out after you found out that you're living in our backyard, we started hanging out.
Yeah,
and she wasn't there for any of that until she came back later in the year.
St. Patrick's Day, around St. Patrick's Day, she came back. Because I've been talking to her, back again, calling her, we had a track phone.
Right.
And I was calling
or from the house phone.
Or your house phone. And your house phone, yeah. Or somebody's house phone. Calling her, talking to her. Of course, I was like, I want you back, I miss you, blah, blah, blah. But just before, what's funny is again, so she's like, I gotta go see, before she had left originally, she was like, I want to go see my family for the holidays, yada, yada. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But then, of course, in the process of that, we got in a fight, and I was like, fucking over, we're done, yada, yada. But then, it was kind of like we'll see. We'll think about while you're gone for Christmas and New Year's, if you want to come back, and we still want to be over, yada yada. Well, then of course we were talking and drinking on the phone, but then she was like, "Yeah, I want to come back." But then this girl we had met somewhere along the line on the road, whatever, was like, "Oh, I want to come visit you and Missy," and I was like, all right. And then Missy was going to come back. But then I ended up hooking up with the girl. And then the first night Missy's back, the girl totally is like, oh, we've been hooking up. Because, I didn't hook up with her just once. Yeah, so that's what started. I was an asshole.
What's it? Not the big chick.
No, it wasn't the big chick. It was,
are you trying not to say her name on record?
I don't know. I don't remember her name, honestly.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. I don't remember her name, but she was a hoe. And
then Missy leaves again for a long time.
Well, then we break up after that.
When she comes back in February.
Yeah, I think it's February or... Yeah.
Because there's a big chunk of you just with no girlfriend before Aspen comes down.
Oh no! So
well, I'm talking about the time where I'm trying to get to the point where you're buddies with my 2-year-old daughter, and everybody thinks I'm crazy because I'm letting you watch my kids.
Yeah, you're a bit crazy. I'll admit that. I know me. I'm not. I love kids.
And I mean, that's one of my favorite stories because I
never stabbed a child. Okay, I've never done that.
I'm a great judging character. I might not be a book smart, but and people were just like, I can't believe you're letting. I'm like, dude,
same people
he's
I'm friends with now. Like, come on.
I'm like, well, I said he's a freaking great guy.
Yeah.
I said, Delilah loves him, and she did. She fell in love with you, man. And
loves your kids. They're great kids.
And there was no Mannix then, but even now,
You're still swimming around down there in the balls.
People would tell me, "You're crazy, dude. What do you?" I said, "No, man." I said,
"Crazy, I do that. Crazy motherfucker." But you were crazy. People thought I was crazy. You were crazier than me because I knew when you, even as drunk as I was, I knew that if the house was to burn down, I better grab your kid out because you'd kill me. I'm crazy, but this motherfucker will chop my head off and throw it in his burning house if I let this house burn down. So I knew that about you. It's like, as much as you love me and trusted me, it's like I also knew, don't fuck around, man. Because there are some people, you can always tell, they're like, as sweet as they are, the sweeter and the nicer and the more welcoming some people are. There's also, their line and they draw the hard line. And you put me or my family in danger, I'm going to have to kill you.
Well, and I think that's a good thing to. I think that's a good thing to imprint on your family. I think if you have to kill for anything, I think it should be for your family.
You're gonna have to. Yeah,
it's one of the only things my mom ever taught me was loyalty to the family. You can't.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but so I'll say, I guess the long and short of it is that when I met you, me and Missy were pretty much broken up. And then around February or St. Patty's Day, whatever month that is, somewhere in between there, she comes back. We're hanging out for a while. She finds out I'm sleeping with her friend or had slept with her friend a bunch of times. I try to get Missy to be down with it. And there was none of it. I got punched in the face by 2 girls instead of 1 girl. And Missy's like, I'm out of here, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, I just had money and whatever sitting everywhere. And the loft, and she takes some money out of there, wherever I have it, And her and the girl take off. And then me and Missy are officially broken up. And then, so me and you keep hanging out, and, but I don't know if you knew at the time, but I had to go. I was still planning on going back to take care of my mom, because my mom was telling me, I'm getting sick, but she wasn't quite diagnosed with the 6 months.
That's when we were first starting to...
Yeah, when we were first starting to hang out.
When she was first starting to get sick.
Well, she was already sick, but getting worse was the whole... Yeah, at the time, it was somewhere... I can't remember. Like I said, everything was a little blurry, but there was a time I had planned. I was like, "Oh, we weren't as close as we are now, so I don't think I told you. Oh, well, I got to take care of my mom. She only has a year left to live, or 6 months to a year left to live." But I was planning on it. I was planning on doing that anyways. But then me and Aspen, we dated in the past, and so we were talking. Of course, I was lonely, man. I Missy, I had 2 girls for a minute, and I had 0 girls there for a while. Well, that's not true. There was hoes around. The hoes. I'm not going to mention their names. But there were hoes I was banging around after that. They know who they are. But there were some hoes that, that was one of those things that I will say, looking back on that, it's I had a terrible sex addiction that I didn't realize at the time. But I was like, I had to bang. I was serious about it. I was like, I didn't like to go that long just jerking off, man. It wasn't enough after a while.
I think I could probably do a whole podcast on just your dirty cougar stories.
Oh, that's a whole other stuff. But yeah, so then eventually you meet Missy. Or not Missy, Aspen. You meet Aspen, because Aspen comes up.
And we're like, wow, this chick's normal.
Yeah,
for a little while.
We were like, for the first day or 2, you're like, she's pretty normal. And then 3 or 4 days in, you're like, oh, she's fucking crazy too. And Aspen comes along, and then Miriam comes along shortly after that.
You work with me for a little bit.
And I worked with you for a little bit.
And that's when
Oh, no. We're jumping ahead of the story.
Okay.
Because when me and Aspen were together,
right,
my mom was still alive.
Right.
I didn't work with you until after she had died. Because Dana was my drinking buddy, yeah.
Here we are at the end of episode 3 with such a jam-packed story. I really thought I was going to be able to end this interview with these 3 episodes, but you're in luck. We're going to stumble over into an episode 4. I'd like to thank my guest, Jimbo Jordan, for sitting down and doing all these interviews with us and giving us his time and his stories and his life lessons that he's learned on the road. I'd also like to take a moment to make a shout out to the Native Howl who let us use and keep on using their song Into the Darkness for our intro song and ending song. They're awesome. Thank you guys. So once again, thank you for listening. I'm your host, Johnny D, and this has been American Saga.
With angels at my back and the devil by my side, into the darkness we ride. Into the dark we ride.